I got this right. Hi, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Miss Savannah. Don't say anything about the timing. Let's just leave that alone. In my defense, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. And we're on time. I can feel the shade. Eleanor Sanctuary, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Don't even start. 14 minutes ain't bad. Just leave it alone. Hello, lady. How are you? Did you get my email? I sent you an email earlier on. And then to make things worse today, how are you, my girl? How are you guys? I hope everything is going well, enjoying yourselves. But I saved the day was because I had criminal court this morning. I saved my day was not talking to criminal court. Okay, let me do this real quick. Thank God I remember it because I always forget. Give me 1 second, people. Gotta do something real quick. So I have to send this to my lady who does my billing for me. That I just finished the case today. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Because you know this devil girl don't play with her money. We're just like, well, no, I didn't tell her I finished up the case today. Hi, everyone. Hello, Miss Giwa. How are you? But as if my day wasn't crazy enough this morning in court, got to the office, USCIS rejected a package. Okay. And I'm thinking, okay, first of all, whose package is this? Turns out it belongs to two of my clients who are kids. Well, their mother is my client, but they're part of the case. And they are 10 years old. USCIS, as I usually call them, useless CIS, because today was, let me just read. Rejected this package, claiming that we sent the incorrect filing fee. Now, if you're for I-485, if you are under the age of 14 and you're filing I-485 and filing with at least one parent, the fee for that child is $750. That's what we sent. This people from another planet put that rejected because children 14 years and older, the fee is $1,140 plus biometrics. And I'm like, okay, I know I wasn't the best student in math, but I'm thinking if someone was born in 2013, I mean, please help me. If someone was born in 2013, doesn't that March 2013 to be precise, doesn't that make that kid 10 years old this year? Hello, somebody, anybody, right? That's kind of like anyone born in 2013 is 10. Because my baby, I'm telling you, this is where they can't do because they make you lose your mind. Like, okay, wait. 2013. I looked at it, I was like, okay, 14 years and older, right? How are they 14 years and older if you were born in 2013? Then I started thinking, my TJ was born in 2010, and he's not even 13 yet. He's just going to be 13 in 2 months. All right, so if TJ was born in 2010, this kid was born in 2013, so I started doing all kind of math in my head because I'm like, okay, now let's see, USCI has done all kind of stuff. This just blew my mind. This blew my mind. Y'all should have seen the cover. So I put a cover page and I said, erroneous rejection, supervisor review requested. And I said, please do not reject, because once again, USCIS, I wanted to write something else, has erroneously and intentionally and maliciously denied or rejected this package, wasting the time for this innocent kids have been waiting for their IDs and all. I mean, oh, Lord have mercy. When my sister was putting together, she goes, are you sure you want to send this? I'm like, I don't care at this point. I really don't, because somebody is going to make them understand that y'all can't really be these stupid. Like, you really cannot really sit down and write, look at this, and look at kids born in March 2013 and conclude that they are 14 years and older. Like something is not making sense, people. I wish I was lying. When you have something planned for your afternoon, and then you get to the office and like, oh Lord, have mercy. Now we got to do all, and you know how they reject stuff and they stamp every page. Now we got to start the whole thing all over again. Oh shit! Everybody would listen. Nobody wanted to be around in this stuff because I was just taking out on everybody. But let's just because sometimes you start to doubt your own self, and you just have to understand that these people are crazy. Thank you, I mean, at least I can do that, right? They ain't gonna take my glue away because I'm like, And then I don't play my food. And they made me miss lunch because I had to work through lunch because I had back-to-back I had consultations from 2 to 6. And I had to miss lunch. I was like, really? Like, this people really don't understand the domino effect of what they have done. Lord Jesus. But anyway, I'm just hoping that they don't reject the package because of the cover letter. Because the cover letter was not nice. It wasn't nice. And so I put in like, please, can you please do your math accurately or get somebody who can actually do an accurate math? Yeah, I put that in there. Because if you're going to make me doubt myself, and I'm thinking, doing all kind of calculations. Yes, y'all are really, really stupid. But anyway, let's leave them alone. Hi, everyone. So that's how my name was. This is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. This is why I have gray hair. And this is why I ain't going to spend money buying hair dye. Because it's not worth it. It will grow all... it will grow back all even wider. Thank you, Ms. Illinois. Representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you've got an immigration case, which is a case that my firm handles, we can and do represent immigration clients regardless of the state you live in. So we're going to still be dealing with USCIS. It's just, I'm telling you, I don't think there's anyone or anything that gets under my skin. Because there's some people like, you keep going. I would, but USCIS just gets under my skin. Like those people just really, really work me up. And I think because I understand that people are waiting. I mean, these kids, they're twins. And the annoying part of it is we filed this case since April. These people waited April 9, 2 months and a week to finally get to this case since April. And then you send it back based on an error. That's aggravating. Y'all don't want to see me when I'm mad. I'm telling you. You people were used to me smiling. You don't want to see me with my... Yes, Ms. Girl, over 2 months ago. But anyway, if you need to contact our office, our number is 334-341-4475. Visit our website at @olalayalawfirm.com. Same number on WhatsApp. We do not take calls on WhatsApp. People try to call. My system is set up where WhatsApp is strictly for text messages, or if I have to do a consultation with someone who lives outside the United States. But you can text us on WhatsApp, text us to your regular phone. If you need to call us, then you have to call a direct office line, which is the same number. Once again, our website is olalayalawfirm.com. Someone was asking me after the live on Tuesday that I said something about having immigration question, a green card interview sample questions for practice. Yes, if you go on our website, olalayalawfirm.com, on the resources page, you will see the link to the questions. Disclaimer. These are questions that I have compiled over the years working with clients and obtaining an interview. It doesn't mean you're going to have any of those questions. It doesn't mean you're going to have some. Those are just questions I have compiled in my question book and I put together. So if you use it for practice, please know that it's not, I'm not saying those are questions that you would have. No, you ain't going to do that. Okay. But anyway, thank you all for always joining me. I appreciate you guys. Trust me, more than you know. So we all have those crazy days, but then I have to just sit down and like, you know what? God, I seek your strength. Because, oh Lord, God is like, sometimes God is okay, because God has created, like, he knows who he's created. My mom was probably on to like, unja. Yes. So, but anyway, so let's talk immigration, people. Tonight going to talk about, can my spouse, the topic tonight is, can my spouse revoke my green card? So I try to bring topics about things that, please sample. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Ellis. Sample questions, go to @llawfirm.com, check the resources tab, and you will see the sample question. Disclaimer, it is just for information. It could be helpful in your case so you can practice, but don't say, she said that. No, don't say it. But anyway, can my spouse revoke my green card? If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈 Immigration. All social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is the same thing, at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈 Immigration. So I try to do topics on, if it's trending immigration news or things that questions we get all the time. This is one of those. So I had a client who we're working with, but before they retained my services, they were just really skeptical about, because we're doing a self-petition, 751, and their spouse had constantly threatened that they will call immigration and make sure that they get their green card revoked. So the question was, is that actually something that their spouse is able to do? Can the spouse do that? I think the lighting on, hold on 1 second. On TikTok, I think if you guys can see me, okay, then we're fine. And I mean, he became really scared, and justifiably so. So, can my spouse revoke my green card? Can your spouse revoke your green card? Short answer to that is no, and I'll tell you why. The fact that you get your spouse, and I'm talking about if you get your green card through your spousal green card, either through you're getting a 2-year green card or you get a 10-year green card. A spouse has no power to revoke a green card. The only organization or agency that can revoke your green card is either USCIS revokes your green card, meaning they terminate your status, or an immigration judge terminates your status. A spouse has zero power to revoke your green card. So even if they threaten you from now till Jesus comes back, there's nothing they can do. However, here's where it gets tricky. If you have a spouse where things have really gone bad, it is very, very common, not unusual, to have spouses call immigration on their spouses, on their foreign national spouse. And where's TJ? TJ, T. It's very, very common for them to call. Let's make sure he's dressed. Just get right there he is. Say hi. Okay. Are you flexing today? No. That's my sweet kid. All right, bye. So there are some people who would call USCIS and report the foreign national spouse in retaliation for something, wherever the case may be, or based on abuse, and which in his case is abuse. So she's threatened all the time to call USCIS on him and make sure that he gets deported to his SO country that he came from. That's what she says all the time. She said it in text, and a lot of immigrants actually live that way or experience that kind of craziness. But your spouse cannot revoke your green card. Your spouse has zero power to revoke your green card. Now, your spouse, your scorned spouse, and it could be a man as well, can call immigration and make false accusation. That happens all day, every day. But the fact that someone makes false accusation does not mean that USCIS will base their decision to terminate your status on allegations. We are in a country where due process is the law of the land, meaning everyone gets a chance to be able to prove or disprove someone's allegation or lack thereof. So you, even if let's say for example, you have a 2-year green card, there are issues in the marriage of abuse, and now your spouse refuses to file a joint petition with you. You have no choice, and because you have the evidence to file a self petition abuse base. And in the meantime, they decide to contact USCIS and make false allegations. And make false allegations, right? The fact that a spouse makes false allegations, yes, it will be on record, because that's part of what USCIS has to do. You keep in mind that USCIS uses the chance of when you file for your I-751, that's another chance for them to review your case initially and make sure you were actually eligible to get your green card to start with, based on marriage. If your marriage, if they have a question as far as whether that marriage was a good fit marriage to start with, then that's another chance for them to revisit that issue. So if a spouse maliciously makes a report, a false claim, USCIS will wait for when you file your I-751, or in the case where you have a 10-year green card, if you are filing for citizenship, they may wait till the time you file for citizenship. And when you file for citizenship, it will be in the realm in the realm of using it as the basis of good moral character. Whether or not, two things, whether or not you were eligible for the status to start with, and whether or not you have good moral character. So if there's any reason to believe that you used someone else to get your green card, that goes towards your good moral character, and also could be a basis for revocation. But that does not happen until USCIS has had substantial evidence to show that you actually had that green card, or you secured or obtained your green card through marriage fraud. So let your spouse talk all day, every day about trying or revoking your green card. That spouse has no power to do that. The only thing they can do is to make false allegations. Unfortunately, if that happens, USCIS will put that on your file. Even when you file the next petition, they may revisit that. If you have sufficient evidence to support your case, that's the end of story. Because USCIS is also aware that a lot of malicious intent, ill intent, and scorned spouses do that all day, every day. So, bottom line, your spouse cannot revoke your green card. They cannot revoke your status. They have zero power to do that. They can make a little dent, in the sense of making a false allegation or accusation. USCIS is obligated to investigate that and see if there's any truth towards that, because that's just part of what they're required to do. If there's nothing to substantiate that allegation, that's the end of it. There's just nothing. The whole point is just to make you afraid. And like I was telling one of the people that I consulted with today, teachers gradually becoming a favorite staff of Lolly. The funny thing is, my oldest kid works for me during the summer, and he makes money. He works for me, works for his dad, and he listen, here's my child. But then again, the other child of mine, because he had made a lot of noise, I'm going to work with you this summer. I'm going to make some money, yada, yada. And he told me, he says, okay, so how much are you going to pay me? It's like, I'll pay you $5 an hour. He goes, $5 an hour? No, I can just play my game and make that while playing the game. How, where, who? So, Miss Elder Sanctuary, it's teacher's world, and we just live in it. I tell you, people, ever since summer started, all three of us, meaning myself, my oldest kid, and your dad, we've been rationing who's going to take teacher somewhere. It's like, come on, people, like we can't even take a break during the summer. I'm going to really miss my kid, my oldest kid, when he goes to college. You know what I mean? He's got to pursue his own dreams and all. And so I'm going to be stuck with TJ. Let me roll my eyes all over again. So, no favorite stuff here. Favorite stuff that doesn't work, please. But anyway, don't live by fear. Like I was saying, my the one of the consults I had to was like, do not, and that's his ex-spouse also threatened that she was going to call. I think she actually did call, if I remember from what he said. So that has almost crippled him from even being able to visit his dad or visit. And I'm like, don't let fear deprive you of living. You can't keep existing. You've got to live life. And that's the whole point of malicious. Hey, Nikki, this malicious people, they want you to be afraid as an immigrant, and you've got to take your power back, and you've got to keep leaving. And so as long as you haven't done anything wrong, as long as you have your evidence, then you should be fine. And that's all she wrote, people. So don't be afraid. It's just some people just have issues. Let's get the questions. Okay, let's start on. So, question: when someone sends you a rose on, I'm intentionally ignoring that question. Someone says it's endless. Actually, you started it. So, no, it says you're glowing. Are you dating? Anyway, okay. But the question I was going to ask is, when someone sends you a rose on TikTok, what does that mean? What does that mean? But anyway, if someone can let me know. Let's get to questions. I have a friend that has done her interview for the naturalization for the past 8 months, but they never call her for what may be the problem. There's no telling what the problem may be. How long does it take to get work permit after biometrics? There's no biometrics. It's, well, there's biometrics, but if you're talking of a C9 category work permit, it's not based on how long after you do biometrics relating to your val case. It just depends. So you could go, Miss J, one of my clients, got her work permit approved in 25 days. And at the time of approval, actually the day her case was approved, I think that was the same day she did her biometrics, if I'm not mistaken. However, there is a possibility that the fingerprints may not even be applied to the EAD. There are a lot of EADs that we get. I have quite a bit. I think we got about 10 or so 2 days ago, and out of all of those, maybe only 2 had their fingerprint on them. So it's I keep saying the same thing, but yeah. I need advice on waiting after for 208. What is 208? Apply for work permit and got denied. What is 208? Help me out. Love your hair. Thank you. It's about time I wash it though. My hair is in a sanctuary. Don't see nothing. If you guys go back to my videos from a year ago, there was more of pepper, but now it's by the end of this year, I'm almost certain that you just be calling me silver fox or something. But then again, I was going to say something. Just leave it alone, y'all. If you know the things that come out of my mouth off camera, you're like, Cecilia. Although there's some people that may not be shocked, like Miss Abdana would not be shocked. Miss Ellen Sankey would not be shocked because they already know, like, she's crazy. She's crazy as hell. Y'all, I'm looking. Oh shoot, tornado. Y'all in Texas safe? I'm looking at. She said, "Leave sealed." She's crazy as hell. Y'all in Texas, are you safe? Because I'm looking. It looks like there was tornado touchdown in Texas today. We had a downpour here, like no kidding. It was. Since last night, I'm not even kidding you guys. It was really scary, like hailstorm basically. It's died down now, but so I guess that's part of what happened in Texas. I hope everybody's safe and protected by God's grace. What happens if I got married to a U.S. citizen and realized that he went to jail? Sit down with a lawyer and figure out what your options will be. What if they did and they denied the I-485 and closed I-130 before approval? And they denied the I-145 and closed before approval. Sit down with a lawyer and discuss what your options are. I'm a student to marry a U.S. citizen, and after 7 months, I filed VA. Is it okay? I can tell you about the length of time to file for VA. The VA is not about how long after you're married. That is about if you suffered abuse. Would my son having a fractured foot be good enough for me to get emergency travel permit? I don't know if that will be enough, but that's emergency AP is discretionary. So if you have medical records that shows he needs attention or whatever case may be, then go ahead and try. I had an interview. I didn't get a decision. How long they take? A lot of things go into how long it takes for them to make a decision after your interview. Many more times, the goal and the hope is that they make a decision after you or soon after you have your interview. But if it's taking months, then a lot of factors go into that. Where the field office, how many cases they have, it's in terms of backlog, what the reason is why they haven't made a decision. Maybe they're still doing some investigation. It may be that they still want to make an unannounced visit. So there's no telling why. Okay. All right. So let's go to Facebook. Facebook with people. Wema Bank Channel. Báwo ni àlàáfíà? Hello, Mr. Abisoye. How are you? TJ, I know you're on YouTube. See, he's calling his mom a sissy lawyer. Thinking. Anyway, how long does it take to get work permit after VAPA? I think you were on TikTok just now. My grandmother is a U.S. citizen and wants to file for my dad, who's over 60 years now and married to my mom. How long will the filing take for my... Hello, Miss Williams. How will the filing take for my dad? He is already in the U.S. and overstayed his visa. There's no telling. It may be 5 months, it may be less than that, it may be up to a year. It just depends. There's a lot of things that go into that. Like I just said, the field office, how many cases they have. There's a lot of, and then the craziness of USCIs. Hi, Miss Z. Hello. Hello, Miss Z. That's one of my clients. Request for additional evidence was mailed to me. I did not receive it. What to do? Call USCIS or submit an e-request that you didn't receive an in-notice. Hello, Mr. Darren. How are you? Fingers crossed. Don't worry. I know you worry a lot. God, listen, your story has not been the norm. Things have happened just like that. So just listen, don't worry. There's nothing worry is going to do. Let's just wait till the time we talked about it, and then we'll go from there. Is it normal for USCIs not to send a work permit receipt for 5 months now? Listen, people, there's nothing abnormal with USCIS. There's just nothing. Even when you think they cannot possibly top anything that you've seen, what happened today? Like, I'll be damned. Then you start to question your own sanity. And I'm like, I think I can add, right? Or what? And I looked at them like, did we say they were born in 2003? No, they were born in 2013. Okay. Yeah. Like, mind blown. So there's nothing abnormal with USCIs. Can I apply for emergency advance parole in the grants that I would lose $60,000? And you can try and see. Hi, please help. Is a Nigerian divorce decree fake if it doesn't mention minor children? I can't answer your question in the sense of regarding your own case. What I have seen, however, is generally, if you have a divorce decree from a high court in Nigeria, it should include, if you have minor children at the time of the divorce, it should include the minor children and who has custody of them and how they're going to be taken care of. So one of the red flags for USCIS is when the minor children are not included in the high court divorce decree. On talking about divorce decree, I'm seeing a whole lot more of our people now switching over to customary court decree. And in doing that, people are coming up with something from the customary court. Please hear me loud and clear. There is no requirement to have a divorce decree from a customary court if you were married according to customs and traditions. An affidavit suffices to say what day the marriage occurred, who was present, what day the dowry was returned, who returned it, how much it was. That's it. So that reminds me. Okay, I just remembered something. Talking about affidavit. Something I have to correct. See, I always remind myself of something too. Okay. So it's not because USCIS is now getting on to divorce decree from customary court. And the issue with that is this. There is a requirement where there is a requirement to have a decree or a formal document if you were married according to customary customs and tradition, customary marriage or Islamic marriage. But if you present a decree from a customary court, understand something, it has to be accompanied by affidavits. So the fact that, customary court, let's switch over to that. You also have to understand what comes with it. If you're now insist on getting something and okay, there was a case where someone had a lawyer go to customary court to represent them. It doesn't happen that way, that's just the truth of the matter. So if we lose power on Instagram, is because my what's it called, battery is not fully charged. I'm trying to see how we can charge it. Oh well, let's just keep going. All right. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I understand your question, Mr. Jude. I'm confused. 10 days ago, God name was updated in I-360, but I did not change nothing. Can you help me understand? It just sometimes USCIS makes just a generic update if they're about to make a decision on something. For instance, maybe they're about to approve your case, and maybe that they are about to issue your C-31 EAD. Maybe they're about to issue your what's it called, your or we should a request for evidence. You never know, but if there's some contact with your case, that's usually what happens. All right, okay, so let's go to Instagram before I lose my Sis, can my mom file for my brothers? They are both over 18. I think your mom is a citizen, right, Nikki? So your mom is a citizen. If I'm not mistaken, I think you filed for her or your brother. But yes, so a citizen can file for any child of any age, whether married or not. The only difference is how long it would take for it to be processed. It's been 7 months since I filed my VAR, but I did not get prima facie yet. Is it normal? I wouldn't say it's abnormal, but 7 months, if I get to 6 months and I don't have a prima facie determination in any case, I usually would email them, because attorneys, we have email that an email address that we can use to contact them. I will email them like, hey, I haven't received this, what's going on? And that's worked, knock on wood. That's always worked for me. But so if you have an attorney on your case, ask them to do that. I applied for me and my 2 kids, but they only approved one of my kids' work permit. Wait for the other one. How long to get a documentary qualified from NVC? There's no time frame on that. It just depends on how if you submitted all your documents, depends on how soon they get to your case. I filed for asylum. I've not been called for an interview. I live in Indianapolis. Can you review my case from Alabama? I represent immigration clients in all states. Immigration is federal practice, so it doesn't matter what state you live in. However, there's nothing anyone can do besides you making an expedited request for them to schedule an interview. But I always tell people, if you have a pending asylum, before you ask them to expedite your interview, make sure you have credible evidence you've already submitted or will submit should they grant your expedited request for interview. But I represent immigration clients in all states. If you need your case reviewed, you would have to first step is for you to set up a proper paid consultation. If you go to our website, olalayalawfirm.com, or call our office during business hours. I have an answering service after business hours. But anywhere from 8:30 a.m. Central Time, someone will be able to help you out. Good. All right. Thank you, God in Dallas. Awesome. That is awesome. If your soon-to-be spouse was convicted of misdemeanor Class A, assault with bodily injury, family violence, can this affect one's immigration case when the marriage occurs after a month of the charge? If your spouse is the petitioner, it shouldn't affect anything. The only thing that may affect a petitioner is if they're convicted or charged with anything under the Adam Walsh Act. My husband requested expedited request for my daughter and I, and only my case was approved while my green card came in. Nothing happened for our 7-year-old daughter who is outside the country. What can be done to help her case? I don't know about your case. Your husband and you can sit down with a lawyer and discuss your case. Yep, you can't keep existing. You have to leave life. Yep. Says you should consider start a dating service. Nikki, not go about them. Because then next one was like, sister lawyer, she has matchmaking out. All my shit we find you. No. Let's leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. You can't be sense of humor. TJ, it is possible. I'm telling you, that kid. You've got to love TJ. TJ knows no stranger. There's nothing that kid can ask anybody. I mean, I still gotta be shy, you know. Trust me, people. You'd be surprised. I'm shy. But TJ, don't even understand. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anybody's question. Thank you, Miss Ernest Sanctuary. How do I know when I'm due for citizenship? If you got your green card through employment, you're going to wait 5 years. You have to be a permanent resident for 5 years. You can file 90 days before the 5th year anniversary. If you got your green card through marriage, if your spouse is a citizen and you're still married, then 3 years since 3 years as a legal permanent resident. If you're not still married, you're divorced, then you have to wait 5 years since you became a green card holder, 90 days before the 5th year anniversary, you can file. If you got your green card through VAWA and your spouse is a citizen, regardless of whether you're still married to them or not, 3 years. If you got your green card through VAWA and your spouse is a permanent resident, 5 years. You bring so much light on. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Abena. She says, please share this live to your friends, family. Never know who might need this. That's true. Free information. Disclaimer. Just general information. Listen, they must not know. I'm telling you, I was driving home. I was like, you know what? Now that I've cooled down some, maybe that cover letter was just too strong. No. Y'all will be making fun of me being on time. As my mom will say, Allah manubali, God knows where you live. Let's see. Okay. Okay, yeah. So Nikki, mommy can file for, I'm not going to say their names. Yeah. I think they're married now, but it doesn't matter whether they're married or not. It's just that I think the married ones take the longest time. Hello, Mr. Uchi. How are you? Loving the glasses. Thank you. I mean, if I can't see, I might as well see it's down. All right. Because Lord knows I cannot see to save my life. Uh, you shy, maybe because I know. Nikki, you don't remember? Well, then again, you're not the one to ask. You don't remember because Nikki was quieter than I was. I wasn't. Nikki's my sister from another mother. We grew up basically. We lived in 1004. Our VI girls. And we used to go to. Our moms were best friends at some point. But you know how Nigerian mothers have? They have a falling out, and but we kids stayed in touch. And so listen, that's their issue. They let them deal with it. So you may not really be the person to talk about. Anyway, how long can I wait after my fiance visa approval? I have no idea what you mean by that. What do you mean? How long? They didn't approve this visa and asked me to reapply again. So how long to reapply? There's no time limit to reapply. Okay, let's see. Oh, one is married. Okay, so they will have different what is it called? Preference category, and that will determine how long it's taking for them to for their case to be approved and when they will be eligible to apply for the green card. Okay, that's all she wrote, people. The case, USCIS will not answer your call. They asked me to send a letter signed by me requesting it for additional evidence. USCIS is doing an investigation on the case. So what is US trying? Oh, okay, it's a VA case. So if you can't call, you have to write and give them as much information about you for them to verify that it's you. So that's what you need to do. Obviously, you don't have a lawyer in your case. So maybe you want to get a lawyer in the case because the lawyer can email the Vermont representative directly with information that they represent you, and they will respond back either with a copy of the RFE or they'll send it to the lawyer's office. That's one of the perks of having an attorney on your case. That's all I'm saying. But once again, I represent immigration clients in all 50 states. If you need consultations, please call our office 334-341-4475 or visit olalayalawfirm.com to schedule your consultation. You're welcome, Isabel. I'm going to be in touch with you soon because I know we have a date we're working towards. I'm already drafting something and I'm reading your file. You would think I'm about to take an exam on your file. Like every single document in that file, I've downloaded and like, Says here a lot of, trust me. Let us have the headache for you. Well, not literally, but sometimes literally. Because it's like, yeah, that's my butterfly. Sound 20. I love tattoos. I couldn't tell you why. For someone who doesn't like needles, there's just something. I don't know. Couldn't tell you why. But anyway, thank you as always, people. I really, really, really do not take your support for granted. This is our little community here. It is a safe place. It is, I love that everyone is free to ask questions. Thank you, Ms. Inland Sanctuary. We're going to see soon before the end of the year, God willing. I love that. If we can ask questions, you can always get answers. That's just what it is. But it's a safe place for us. And let me stop playing me. And if I can wave a wand and have everyone's case approved, God knows I'll give anything. But even in spite of things may not work out in our favor, we just have to remember that what has happened to us is not. It's not worth losing sleep over. Let's focus on what God is going to make happen for us. So once again, if we can help you, contact us 334-341-4475. And I will see you guys next week. Y'all have a